Hello, all video game fans. Welcome to our channel, GameStellar, where excitement and innovation come together in the world of gaming. And today we take a trip into the future, exploring the 10 most anticipated games that will capture your hearts and minds in February 2024. We'll be in soon as we head into the second month of the year. We feel the gaming landscape is brimming with anticipation, promising a variety of experiences across multiple platforms. Whether you're a seasoned gamer or a casual gamer, there's something special for you on our channel, so grab your controllers, dust off your keys and let's take a journey through the most exciting releases that February has in store for us. From stunning graphics to gripping stories, these games are ready to redefine the way we perceive virtual worlds. But before we dive into this world, be sure to subscribe to channel so you don't miss out on the latest gaming updates. Without further ado, let's start counting down with the first game on our list of top 10 new games of February 2024. Granblue Fantasy Relink is an adventure in the vastness of the Heavenly Kingdom, where islands float among the vast azure expanses. As the captain of a skyship, you will embark on a journey full of mystery, magic and friendship, together with your faithful companions, such as the energetic Dragonvern and the mysterious Lyria. You will go to Estelucia, a mythical island shrouded in legends. You have to assemble a team of 4 people, which will include a variety of sky wanderers who own unique weapons and fighting styles. Granblue Fantasy Relink is an upcoming RPG from Cygames and part of the Granblue Fantasy franchise. The game is scheduled to be released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and Windows on February 1, 2024. Granblue Fantasy Relink was announced as Granblue Fantasy Project Relink in August 2016 and was developed as a collaboration between Platinum Games and Cygames. PlayStation 4 was announced as the target platform. The game takes place in the same fictional world as the original Granblue Fantasy, but in a different geographical location. Some characters from the original game have also been added. The first public gameplay was shown at Granblue FE's 2017. Director Tetsuya Fukuhara described some details of the gameplay. The game includes 4-player co-op multiplayer or single-player play with 3 AI characters. Its official title, Granblue Fantasy Relink, was announced in December 2018. By February 2019, Platinum Games was no longer involved in the project, leaving Cygames to handle the rest of development. The game was originally scheduled for release in 2022, but was delayed until February 1, 2024. Persona 3 Reload, an upcoming role-playing video game developed by P Studio and published by Atlus. The game is scheduled to be released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One and Xbox Series X on February 2, 2024. Reload is a remake of Persona 3, the 4th main entry in the Persona series, which itself is part of the larger Megami Tensei franchise. Like the original game, the main character is a high school student returning to his hometown 10 years after his parents died in a car accident. He soon gains the ability to summon a persona, a physical manifestation of his inner spirit, and joins the Specialized Extracurricular Activities Squad, SEAS, a group of like-minded Persona users. Together they must defeat the shadows and uncover the secret of the Dark Hour. As Atlus itself officially acknowledged, after achieving worldwide popularity, fans often asked for a remake of Persona 3. Development of Reload began in 2019. Ahead of the game's announcement in June 2023, Reload faithfully remakes the story of the original release of Persona 3 with various graphical and functional updates. Persona 3 Reload retains its core hybrid of traditional role-playing and social simulation gameplay, but has been redesigned aesthetically, graphically, and mechanically to integrate systems and features that have been introduced in the Persona series since the release of the original Persona 3, notably borrowing from quality improvements lives first implemented in Persona 5, 2016. In addition to fundamental changes, Reload enhances numerous elements of its graphical user interface to reflect the updated presentation of subsequent entries. For story-related objectives, objective descriptions have been added below the display for date, time of day, and moon phase, which list actions that must be completed to advance the narrative, which is functionally similar to Persona 5's head-up display. The map display has also been improved in function and form compared to the original Persona 3. It has been increased in size as well as displaying more environmental detail and now places markers at important locations that need to be visited for story purposes. Much like the map from Persona 5, the ability for the protagonist to run around locations was also added. New additions to the social simulation gameplay and role-playing portion of the game will be presented in Reload. The Iwatodai Dorm, where the core group resides outside of classes, has been expanded with a variety of activities beyond the scope of the original game. The main character can now talk to each resident of the dorm, cook food in the dorm kitchen, care for the plants at the entrance to the dorm, rent movies to watch using the DVD player, and read books, as with the corresponding internal activities in Persona 4 and Persona 5. Completing these tasks will improve each of the protagonist's social stats, which can be used to further interact with social links. For example, reading books will improve the protagonist's performance in school, while gardening gives the protagonist the opportunity to learn new tactics in battle. Additionally, the main character can participate in each of the above activities alongside another party member, giving them additional boosts for combat scenarios. The world map is now fully rendered in 3D and has an additional button to display information about the main character's current location or other areas he can visit. Expanding on Persona 3 Portable's fast travel feature, the player can also instantly fast travel to any specific location within a highlighted area directly from the map itself, rather than within the location. The fatigue mechanic has been completely removed to reflect subsequent entries, making it impossible for the party to become fatigued during research, which no longer affects her combat performance. The combat UI has been completely redesigned to take functional and stylistic inspiration from Persona 5, with Persona, Item, Guard, and Attack commands all corresponding to different buttons, in addition to the returning Analyze, Tactics, Aim, and Rush commands. Overview and help functions have also been added. Persona 3 Reload implements an improved version of the baton pass skill from Persona 5 in the form of a shift key bound to the left trigger. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, an upcoming computer game in the action-adventure genre, developed by the British studio Rocksteady Studios and published by Warner Bros. Games. The game will be released on February 2, 2024 on Windows, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Suicide Squad is part of the Batman Arkham series and will be the first game in the series not to feature Batman as the main character or protagonist. Based on DC Comics' Suicide Squad, the game follows 4 supervillains, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and King Shark, as they are brought together by Amanda Waller and sent to Metropolis to stop the alien invader Brainiac and kill the brainwashed members of the Justice League. The open world allows players to freely roam Metropolis individually or cooperatively. Kill the Justice League was announced in August 2020 and was originally scheduled for release in 2022, but was delayed several times. The game will feature Kevin Conroy's final performance as Batman following his death in 2022. The game has solo modes and also has a 4-player mode. When playing solo, players can switch between characters at will, while other characters are controlled by the AI. Helldivers II is an upcoming third-person shooter video game developed by Arrowhead Game Studios and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game is a sequel to the 2015 game Helldivers. The release is scheduled for PlayStation 5 and Windows on February 8, 2024. A team-based third-person shooter in which elite squads of Hell Marines must prevail in battles across the galaxy and rid the world of alien threats. In third-person combat, players will use a variety of weapons, pistols, machine guns, flamethrowers, and stratagems, turrets, air raids, etc., to destroy hordes of enemies. The battle scenes are filled with blood and body parts of alien enemies. When friendly fire occurs, as well as when explosives go off unsuccessfully, players receive damage and also bleed or fly apart. In addition, blood and enemy remains can be found on battlefields and military camps. As in the first game, players can select strategy stones, which are airborne assaults that players can call upon, including cluster bombs, turrets, shield generators, or supply capsules containing special weapons of limited use. Friendly fire is also always on. The game's armor system is based on real firearms that fire at armored targets. The game also features a multiplayer mode for up to 4 players, where they can explore unique planets and complete objectives together, and upgrade their equipment through Helldivers' deep progression system. On September 14, 2023, gameplay was shown at the PlayStation State of Play event. During the event, the game's official release date was set to February 8, 2024. Pre-orders for the game became available on September 22, 2023. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, an upcoming action RPG computer game developed by the French company Don't Nod for Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. The publisher is Focus Entertainment. The game is scheduled for release on February 13, 2024. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden is a third-person role-playing game. In the game, We take control of a pair of ghost hunters named Anthea Duarte and Red Mac Wraith. The pair go on a mission to explore a small but haunted community called New Eden. Although Duarte becomes a ghost during the game, we will be able to use both Wraith's conventional weapons and Duarte's abilities to fight ghosts. We will also be able to influence the plot of the game and make many choices. Banishers. Ghosts of New Eden was presented at the Game Awards in December 2022. The game was originally scheduled to release for PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series X on November 7, 2023, but the game was subsequently delayed until February 13, 2024 to avoid a tight release window. Skullbones. A computer game in the action-adventure and turn-based tactics genres. Developed by Ubisoft Singapore on the Windows, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X platforms. The publisher is Ubisoft. The game will be released in February 2024 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Amazon Luna and Microsoft Windows. The game revolves around pirates and naval combat in a fantasy setting of the late 17th century, the height of the historical golden age of piracy. As of 2017, Skull and Bones was marketed as a tactical action game set in an open world and played from a third-person perspective. The gamer takes control of a customizable pirate ship, and can independently set sail across the Indian Ocean and go into a single-player campaign, as well as gather up to 5 other gamers into an alliance. Throughout the game, gamers can collect additional ships such as warboats, frigates and brigantines, whose weapons include mortars, broadside cannons and missiles. Ships can be attacked with brute force and boarded. The speed of damage dealt is measured by the health bar. A key component is the multiplayer loot hunt mode, which pits 2 groups of players on a treasure hunt to further amass their wealth. Each ship's crow's nest can be scaled and used as an observation deck, and spyglasses will be available. The Thaumaturge is a story-driven, morally ambiguous choice RPG set in the culturally diverse world of early 20th century Warsaw. In this world there exist saluters, esoteric beings that only thaumaturges can truly perceive and use for their needs. The Thaumaturge is an isometric, story-rich RPG with a unique approach to turn-based combat, character development, and investigative mechanics, presenting you with morally ambiguous choices. Set in a world rife with mysterious forces and strange unearthly creatures called saluters, 1905 Warsaw lives under the yoke of the Tsar. Its inhabitants are a diverse group of different backgrounds, views and beliefs with often conflicting interests: Russian soldiers, Jewish merchants, Polish townspeople and many others. Despite the circumstances, the city is a bustling metropolis, where you can attend a mind-blowing party with high society, and then be robbed in one of the dark alleys of the Prague district. Warsaw is a city of great hopes and dreams on the one hand and dark desires on the other. Nightingale. And so we set off on a journey to the mysterious and dangerous kingdom of Nightingale. Become an intrepid adventurer of the realm and adventure alone or with friends as you explore, craft, build and fight in the visually stunning gaslamp fantasy genre. Nightingale is a PvE outdoor survival game that can be played alone or with friends. Build, craft, fight and explore as you pass through mystical portals into a variety of wondrous and fantastical worlds. Are you stuck outside of our world, cut off due to the collapse of a network of secret portals? This disaster will force you to fight for survival in a labyrinth of dangerous kingdoms. Your goal? To become an experienced world traveler and navigate the web of interdimensional portals. Only then can you find your way to the magical city of Nightingale, the last known bastion of humanity. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons Remake. And now we set off with 2 brothers into an epic fairy tale full of discoveries, losses, adventures and secrets. Play solo or in local co-op with a friend. This is a trip you will never forget, as the father of these 2 brothers suffers from a terminal illness. The brothers must bravely go in search of the water of life, the only cure that can save him. With no way to fail, the brothers must rely on each other, using their individual skills to protect each other and overcome obstacles on this unforgettable journey. The critically acclaimed Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons Remake is back, true to the gameplay and heartwarming story of 2013. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons Remake recreates the characters and landscapes from the original while bringing the graphics, performance and gameplay up to date for the latest generation, combined with a soundtrack performed by a live orchestra. Prepare for an emotional experience that will take your adventure to new heights. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, an upcoming action role-playing computer game developed and published by Square Enix. The gameplay combines real-time action with elements of strategy and role-playing games. The plot of Rebirth takes place immediately after the end of Remake. The player controls the mercenary Cloud Strife and a party of characters, mostly consisting of members of the eco-terrorist organization Avalanche, who unite in confrontation with the megacorporation Sin Ra in order to prevent it from draining the lifestream. the life energy of the planet. The player must also stop the former elite soldier, Sin-Ra Sephiroth, who wants to become one with the planet and gain unlimited power. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is an upcoming action role-playing game developed and published by Square Enix, scheduled to release on PlayStation 5 on February 29, 2024. The game went into production in November 2019, before the release of Remake, and was announced in June 2022. The game begins after the events of Final Fantasy VII Remake, 2020. After the group's escape from the metropolis of Midgar, Rebirth reimagines many elements of the original game, while also significantly expanding character development and the overall narrative structure. The game features exploration and real-time combat, with the game's main world expanding into a more open environment. Objective markers constantly appear on the head-up display, highlighting main story quests and ongoing side quests, as well as their respective distances from the party in the overworld. In addition to walking, the party can ride chocobos as a means of faster travel by equipping the special chocobo decoy materia. Rebirth is based on a hybrid of action-oriented melee combat and an active time battle (ATB) system, in which players take control of a party made up of characters that can be freely switched between at any point during gameplay. During combat, characters use a combination of normal physical attacks, casting magic, and consuming special items for offensive, defensive, and reanimation purposes from a special menu while gameplay pauses around them. The synergy mechanic, introduced in the downloadable content (DLC) of the episode Intermission campaign, is integrated into Rebirth's combat system, allowing party members to synchronize their attacks at the rate at which the ATB gauge fills. And so we come to the end. Dear gamers, we've just taken a tour of the virtual worlds of the most anticipated games that are set to grace our screens in February. From exciting action to thrilling stories, this month's lineup never ceases to amaze. Summing up our journey through top 10 new games for February 2024, it's clear that the gaming industry continues to push the boundaries of creativity and innovation. Each game on our list brings a unique flavor to the gaming experience, promising hours of entertainment and excitement. Now the word is up to you. Which of these games appeals to you the most? Are you interested? Are there any hidden gems that you think we missed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Friends, don't forget to like. If you liked this video, then our work was not in vain. And, of course, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth content about the world of gaming and stay tuned for upcoming reviews, previews and everything related to gaming. Thank you for your time and joining us on this gaming journey. Until next time, happy gaming, and may your adventures in February 2024 be extraordinary. GameStellar was with you. See you in the next video.